I believe in the concept, number one, and then number two is I find this quite sustainable because I also love to travel outdoors a lot. I've been a client since November last year. What attracted me was the return. So it's actually a 10% per annum return that attracted me because I find that this rate of return that I'm getting is much better than an FD. So far I've not have any issues. I mean, it's pretty easy going, and I'm able to see my returns coming in every month. It's very prompt, it's very punctual.
Actually, initially I got this concept and also knowing you this through the some advertisement, Facebook. But after knowing the background and also knowing the company and also the founders and also how the collaboration with the Singapore government, this and that, I think this is something good to put some investment to diversify my portfolio. Then then I just started my investment into this one.
The promise of 10% per annum returns, that was a really attractive offer, and I found myself drawn to the fact that it's a sort of mobile home, which is a pretty new concept nowadays, especially with the pandemic having passed and everyone's back traveling around the world. And leaving as small a carbon footprint as possible, I think that's important, especially when there are so many flights out nowadays.
I find my confidence come in the Australia tiny house concept, whereby a lot of Australians, they like to go for adventurous outing. So this concept sells very well for this Australian market. So that's why I come in to join the program. I feel very good because being an owner of various countries, property owners, instead of focusing on one country, but you have various other countries around, so it feels very good.
I have been a co-owner investor for about 8 months. I like it very much, and sometimes I don't even remember when I should get the return back because the return will automatically bank in every month. You don't need to own the whole house, you can be a part of it, and I think that really gives flexibility for us to invest.
With my tiny house for about 2 years. I came across with tiny house from a online program, and then there's this sharing of talk by tiny house owners from Singapore all the way to Malaysia, and I decided to attend it, and after the few rounds of explanation by the team, I decided to sign up for the program.
那我自己是一个会计师一名，我觉得这个program最大的好处呢，就是 on top 它的return不错之外，那我自己我也不需要那么花时间花心力去照顾的，就我每个月定就是收钱就好了。那我也不用自己去清理，自己去打扫屋子啊，或者等等之类的这些杂事，所以我就觉得就是这样，就是轻轻松松就赚那个return就可以了。
I think Pleasant is going on well. I've been invited to events and also activities such as this one, the one in IPC. The rest of it is pretty okay. I think it's a very good idea because yeah, we usually going to secluded places. When you want to find a very nice cozy place to stay, you can't find it. And with tiny homes like this, they are deployed in this kind of small places. It's possible to get a cozy stay.
I have to say the sales team has been very helpful. I was very comfortable with the information that was given to me. I think the whole program from a sales standpoint was very clear. The payout and the amount that needs to be invested, the contract, everything was drawn up very, very proper and clearly.
I can see the return is something quite reasonable for both parties. So from your side, from my side, and also definitely also I can say I can feel that it's going to be a long run business, like not really one time business. Yeah. I really appreciate all the support that from. Technically I got approached by Grace, so Grace is really giving me quite a good support and also feed me the information that I need. So yeah, most of my questions been answered and also it's very clear. Yeah.
I'm a property investor myself, so as compared to my own investment, so it definitely give a highest ROI lah. In terms of at least you have 10% per annum, so which is double my investments portfolio lah. I don't need to hands-on to do my own like maintenance, refurbishment, improvement of the house and all that. All is done by the management.
Tiny house quality is good. Seeing from the video, photos and the comment from those who have stayed before, and this tiny house is a new concept and minimalist. We don't need very luxurious setup to go for vacations. We own a tiny house. We don't need to manage it. We don't need to clean the toilet. We don't need to do the setup, the blanket and all this. So automatically your investment will get monthly return without any hassle.
So far, I've been receiving monthly rental income from tiny house team. Very consistently. Every month by 15th of each month, I've been receiving from the tiny house team. So I'm quite confident that this will be a good passive income for people like us. Yeah.
I think it's great, you know, it's the same like any big chain hotel. It's all over the world, but this one is a small house in the middle of nature where you can appreciate the surroundings. And I've seen a lot of press, there are a lot of interviews, there's of course reputable investors. So I just jumped on board.
Definitely this is something 8 to 10% that's from what my invested, much better than FD. Definitely I still prefer some high risk thing. I mean, let's say if you can just offer something like bearing a risk together, that is something giving a flexible kind of return. I also willing to kind of do some other investment on that part. Yeah.
I've always been in touch with Danielle, So she is following up with me very closely. Time to time, she always keeps me updated with all the events, what's the ongoing expansion plans that's done by your company. So it's been pretty good so far.
My tiny house is situated in Australia. Although I haven't stayed before, but I have a future plan to make a visit there. It surprised me the return come in time.
In terms of communication and support, whenever I have inquiry on my tiny house, the Singapore team are very responsive. Okay, I often ask about how's the tiny house doing in Australia. Yeah, and they managed to answer my questions perfectly.